inside. The three is up. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Shot clock at 5. Buries it from 3.
And such a clever player in pick and rolls, Gilgeous-Alexander is unpredictable and understands how to attack defenses.
And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
And that ends their drought. You could feel the frustration building with each miss.
Ooh, man, this thing was turning into a soccer game. A lot of action and not many points.
And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Lillard with the ball. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending.
Lillard makes it look so easy. The quick release, uber impressive.
And the Kings have held tough, but it seems like the West has gotten tougher, Grant.
Well, what's the saying? If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And the Kings have to find that next level.
And here's Antetokounmpo. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets. It's a three-point game. Neesmith's shot is off. And it's Sacramento's ball. To the middle. Here's Valanciunas. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Valanciunas sets a screen. Second shot opportunity. Gets another look. It's Bridges on the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander up top. You know, his stats have been solid, averaging around 18.5 points a game. They get the rebound. Valanciunas.
Yeah, he's a top-tier offensive rebounder. Valanciunas uses his size and strength to his advantage to do damage on the boards. Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Barnes the screen. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Grant, the Denver Nuggets have been on quite the run here in this window of time.
Yeah, B.A., it's all working for Denver in recent years. This is a well-constructed team that they play as a unit, and it makes it so difficult to try to get the best of them.
And Dame runs that so well, knows precisely when to deliver that pass out of the pick and roll.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of the slump.
And Clark, Giannis is an endearing player in many ways. Which one of his dad jokes is your favorite?
Tell you what, B.A., I can't pick out a favorite, but I love the fact that he's got such a great sense of humor and a sense of being comfortable in his own skin. That all comes out when he interacts with the media and fans. He doesn't take himself too seriously, and I think that's why so many people love him.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7 points in the game.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay. And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the three ball.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He has 7.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
Stolen by Jones. Here's Barnes. Knocked loose. The Nuggets trail. To the inside. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Kings. 24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Valanciunas sets a screen. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Giannis with the rebound.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. That one on Barnes.
You really have appreciate and respect the spirit Giannis plays the game with, a beacon of energy and enthusiasm for his team. They all feed off of him with an attitude of joy and unselfishness.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Kings ahead. They're up by one. And quarter number 12. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Kings?
I must say their defensive intensity has been impressive so far, really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball.
They're also doing a really good job on the offensive boards, bagging their own groceries, doing whatever it takes to get those second chance points.
And this is a star-driven league, but talk about the importance of role players, Grant.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you'll get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that can make the difference.
Antetokounmpo with the block.
The reach, the athleticism, the timing, no surprise Giannis swatted that one away.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, you know, he hasn't contributed well scoring the ball, but obviously his teammates have.
Back to Antetokounmpo. And there's the rejection. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Picked up by Nesmith. Here's Wiggins. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. And here's Denver. They trail by one. Their next game playing at home as the Grizzlies come to town. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Damian Lillard last season becoming the 51st NBA player ever to cross the 20,000-point threshold and the 17th fastest to ever do it. He said it's a great accomplishment and a rare space to be in. I'm like, man, I might be able to get 27 or 28,000 if I can stay healthy. Ryan, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, me either. Thanks, Allie. Here's Siakam. Into the lane. And Siakam with the slam.
Driving in, Siakam can be such a menace for the defense. Hard to get in the way of his physicality.
From the wing. And the shot falls short that time.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him. Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point in the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
Rebound by Sacramento.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Pass to Bona. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Lillard. Can't get it to fall.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Pure from three-point range. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
They've not been passive at all on defense early on. Challenging shots, and it's resulted in a number of blocks.
Yeah, I also like how they've immediately gotten out in transition. They came to run, and we'll see if they can keep it up.
Shot clock at 6. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. That shot off.
Man, Miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
Well, Clark, we all continue to be amazed by Giannis. What do you like most about his game?
I just think his passion and energy and relentless effort, he gives it to you every time he steps between the line. You get the sense he's not taking any plays off. He's trying his very best, and that's an endearing quality and something I've really admired about his game throughout his career. Brandon Ingram, a big-time leaper who can dunk it down with power and with ease.
To the paint. Here's Wiggins. It's his first trip to the line.
First personal foul. First team.
The free throw drops for Wiggins.
Shooting for Sacramento.
And Wiggins drops them both. Here's Lillard. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game. .152 left to play in the first half of basketball. Kings trail by 4. Pass to Wiggins. Here's Houston. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Damian Lillard picks one up. Will grant the Kings one of those up-and-coming teams that are knocking at the door.
Yeah, they have some stars, B.A. They have some great role players, too. Part of their problem is they're in the Western Conference. It's so hard to just make the play-in tournament in that conference.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Sacramento grabs the miss. Here's Bona. Antetokounmpo covering. And it's Bona missing. And Siakam has got the ball here for Denver. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Down low. And that one's good. Ingram. Ingram's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Tries to break his ice. Oh, the determination from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Just 1 of 6 this quarter. Trying to shoot his way out of this funk.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And that bucket makes him 6 for 10 in the contest.
He is certainly one of the few true franchise cornerstones in the league. Few guys can take over a game like the Greek Freak.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Bona. The rebound by Nesmith. Here's Antetokounmpo. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Now a timeout called by Denver. And that one falls for Antetokounmpo. There's 6 seconds left in the second. 1 second left. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's Denver. They're up by 5. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Right side Strus. Fires for three. Offensive rebound. Stayed with it, but couldn't get it to fall. The Nuggets lead by 5. Pass to Lillard. That one a little long. And so here's Sacramento. Back to Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
I mean, with his height and size, stopping Valanciunas just isn't an option sometimes. What a jam.
Out to the right wing. Siakam for three. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
ABA, the Denver Nuggets are building for the long haul. Their philosophy has been to draft polished prospects and then develop them into contributors. They look for 4 qualities: basketball IQ, character, positional size, and the absence of skill deficiencies. Brian, the track record has been strong.
It really has. Thanks, Allie.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Valanciunas. Giannis with the rebound. Denver in the lead. Off with the layup.
This isn't how they wanted to start the second half. Only 1 of 4.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Valanciunas sets a screen. Here's SGA. Pass to Houston. It's Wiggins on the wing. Tries again. And he takes it up and lays it in. Wiggins got 7.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Out left to the wing. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
A multiple-time MVP. You know, what's really scary is that Giannis feels like he can keep getting better, and more importantly, he does the work to get better.
He does enough to give them the lead. Every point critical here with the game in the balance.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. They lead by 1.
And I'm sure this isn't how they drew it up at the half. Only 1 for 5 here in the third quarter.
To the middle. Here's Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Running the show, Gilgeous-Alexander is talented as a passer.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Kicks it out to Siakam. 6 to shoot. Back to Antetokounmpo. And he draws body contact. Looks like a blocking foul. He was in the shooting motion, so he'll head to the line. Numbers at the line for him in this one, 4 of 7. So hits 1 and misses 1 at the line.
Could have taken the lead there, but instead, they're going to have to settle for the tie.
Outside Strus. No good on the 3. And here are the Nuggets now. Here's Lillard. Going inside. Lillard for 2.
Hey, Lillard's not the biggest guy on the floor, but I tell you what, he plays with great passion and can do work inside.
Well, Clark, Lillard's scoring isn't what it once was, but he's still a major threat from outside.
He sure is. I tell you what, he's got such great range and such command of the ball and his body. He can get the shot he wants more times than not. And he's actually gotten better, I think, when he's working off the ball. You still have to be very much aware of where Damian Lillard is when he's on the court.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Oh, the bucket's good, and he'll have a chance at one more. That's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Boy, for such a young player, The razor-sharp focus of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. I mean, a muscular guy who still makes baskets despite getting hit in the process. He's not wide, but he is muscular.
And what a wild one this has been.
8 lead changes, some big plays, and some big mistakes, too.
Here's Siakam. The shot won't fall. Nice D from Valanciunas. The Kings leading. Barnes with it, and it's Ingram picking him up. And there's a whistle. That goes on Pascal Siakam. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
1:46 left in the third quarter. Pass to Valanciunas. 5 to shoot. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll get him his 4th foul of the game.
4th team foul.
1:25 left to play in the third. Out to Lillard. Back to Antetokounmpo. Giannis with the jam.
Giannis always trying to impact the game at both ends, but really has become a workhorse on the offensive end.
The shot. Strus's shot is off.
All alone from mid-range. You gotta think he's kicking himself.
And Lillard puts up a deep 3. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Pass to Ingram. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Deflects the pass. Lillard got a good look. No good, off the front rim. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Strus outside. No good on the buzzer beater. 3 quarters of play and a close one here. It's Denver.
The Nuggets. 41.
We've reached the 4th quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. The Nuggets want a timeout.
And something fans don't always get to see. Some of the close... guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear what the Nuggets head coach was saying to his team. Coach was blunt with his assessment. He said to throw out everything that happened until now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. The Kings call timeout. Nuggets want a timeout. And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. They lead by 1. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
The sheer power of Antetokounmpo goes up and throws it down hard. That is impressive.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Three-pointer. SGA from distance.
Outside, inside, in between. It doesn't matter. SGA is lethal.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Rebound by Sacramento. Pass to Valanciunas. It's Bridges on the wing. From the arc. The rebound by Nesmith. Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
If things are definitely working offensively, a balanced attack is just so much harder to defend.
Out to Lillard. Nice D from Valanciunas. To the paint. Kicks it out to Barnes. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's good. And give the assist to Siakam.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Valanciunas sets a screen. Clock at 6. Inside. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's not going to go for him. The Kings trailing. To the inside. Gilgeous-Alexander takes the contact.
Yeah, and Gilgeous-Alexander is a fighter. Someone that challenges the defense and bullies his way through contact.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Out of bounds. It'll be Kings ball. The Kings call timeout. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Screen by Bridges. That's tipped. It's stolen by Ingram. Antetokounmpo with it. He's picked up by Jones. Giannis driving inside. Basket's good. Antetokounmpo has got 31. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
Yeah, you know, the defense just hasn't been able to keep up with them in this one. The transition game as a result of good defense has been very strong.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Defense has Giannis well covered, but he gets physical right back and draws the foul in the act of shooting.
And so Antetokounmpo nails both of them. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's Sacramento now. Screen by Bridges. To take the lead. Giannis with the rebound.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide open look in space there.
That one's good for 2.
For Giannis, his length and instincts on defense make him a feared shot blocker. You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
Here he goes. And he banks in the layup. And it's a 6-point Denver lead.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
And the basket by Bridges.
And they call his number, and Bridges answers, not intimidated at all by the big moment.
Outside Ingram. Back to Antetokounmpo. Outside for Ingram. 6 on the shot clock. That one no good. Nice D from Valanciunas. Kings trail by 3. 1:19 left in the fourth quarter. Neesmith brings a double. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And Valanciunas' teammates love seeing him come up huge, knowing he's ready to score when called upon.
Antetokounmpo outside. And here's Ingram outside. Rebound by the Kings. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Count it!
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
To the paint. Here's Antetokounmpo. And that time also a missed shot. And Giannis Antetokounmpo picks up that foul. That's foul number 2 for him. 36 seconds left in the final quarter. They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
Valanciunas. Count it!
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
It's the fire he's playing with that has him leading the team in rebounds.
I tell you what, guys, nobody's been more physical in this game than he has. He has been a glass eater.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Coming up clutch there at the line, making it a 2-possession game.
Timeout called, the Nuggets. They're down by 5. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
They didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Extending the team's lead. Just solid execution at the line.
"12 seconds left in the fourth. It's tipped. And so it's Sacramento with